What is up? What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a great day, great night, wherever you are, however, you're spending it. But I just want to kind of give you guys a picture of these ISO 2022s and how they are starting to intermingle with each other and how the system itself is starting to set itself up to be successful. You can see the picture on my screen. There's a lot of arrows. There's a lot of dark lines, light lines, blue lines, dots, all this stuff on here. And I'm going to do my best to kind of try to explain this to you in a way that makes sense. But um, what I wanted to demonstrate here is a lot of people are talking about these ISO tokens and how they're going to change the space and the way that we move money. And they are absolutely right. They will change the space. They will change how we move information, and they will change how we move our money. And each one of these ISO coins plays a key role in um, the execution of that. And when we talk about ISO coins, guys, we're talking about XRP Ripple, we're talking about XDC, we're talking about we're talking about Quant, we're talking about Elgarand, we're talking about HBAR. I'll probably leave a couple off of here. We're talking about Alliance Block. All these different players are going to play a very, very significant role in the way that we do this, in the way that this is pulled off. And what you see from this map is these guys starting to work together. Because I said this before, and I'll keep repeating it, is there's no one blockchain that's going to be able to do what needs to be done all by itself. You need different blockchains doing different things in order to make the system itself successful. So all these guys have the ability to be winners based on this ISO environment. They all can win. They're just winning in different ways, right? So when we look at this, you have Ripple XRP up here, and the easiest, simplest way that I can explain XRP's role in this is they're and I just want to talk about money today, guys, and how money's moving, and then how a lot of this stuff ties into quant. They're used for really cross border payments, right? That is their main goal. That's what they do. And then you have Stellar sitting down here, and they are used for really peer to peer type of transactions. So when you think about XRP, think about sending money from one country to another country. And when you think about Stellar, think about um, sending money from one bank account to another bank account. And this is kind of how this works. And then you tie it in with the CBCs that are being created by the government, and they sit right here. I hope you guys can see that, but they sit right there. So they play a role in this, right? But what a lot of these blockchains are doing is they're specializing in certain areas and certain things. You look at IBM sitting here with the movement of information and their technologies here coming off of Stellar and feeding down here into HBAR a little bit. So they're all kind of intertwined, working together. You have JP Morgan sitting over here, kind of feeding trade finance, which is you know, feeding here and then feeding actually down into quant. And we'll get to quant in a minute. So you have all these different blockchains that are actually all working together. Well, how are they working together? Well, they're working together because you have quants sitting in the middle of this, right? And what quant does is it links all of these blockchains together so that they all can be intermingled and interused between each other. So to keep this in its easiest form, think about Microsoft Windows PC, right? When you get your new PC, you have a PC and it comes installed and it just has your Windows on it, right? So for each one of the applications that you want to put on your computer, you need to download what they call an exe file, right? And you need to download that file and install it on your computer, and then you can run it, right? So think of Quant like the Windows. Think of Quant as Windows. And think of each particular blockchain as an exe file, right? That you download and you use. And then you think of like IBM as another exe file and JP Morgan. So everything that you want to use, you have to download and use, right? So think about that from a business perspective, right? So let's say that you are on an alliance block and you're a company and you want to KYC, you want to have all the users have an easy KYC and be able to take their data with them, right? Because one of the biggest parts of this ISO 20 is being able to take your data with you. Imagine going to the doctors and instead of signing consents for a doctor, a doctor's office to go and have your records transferred over with to you, you just actually transfer your records over. Or you want to go transfer money to somebody, instead of showing your ID, you just transfer the money, because on the back side of that, maybe the alliance block did your KYC and they know that's you, right? And then you want to use Stellar to move peer-to-peer payments, and you want to use Ripple to send money to family that may not live in the United States. Where you download all them exe files and you put them into your business or your personal account, and Quant has what they call an over ledger, which is you write 3 lines of code, you're able to connect all of them things together and run them through Quant and be able to manipulate the system that way, right? So you have everything you need without going out and actually needing to build on top of 3 different blockchains, right? So it makes the system itself seamless, right? So this is kind of the way that the ISO 2020 is set up. And one of the reasons that it's set up this way is because one of the big challenges businesses have, and this is all about bringing business and private entities together under one centralized um, standard, right? So one of the biggest problems they have is, let's say you have a business and you're on, let's say, the XDC platform or the Algorand platform, and you grow, and that platform no longer meets the needs that you may have, because you may need to do some cross-border payments where Ripple's more effective, right? So instead of picking your whole business up and moving it over to Ripple and operating on that blockchain, or moving it down to Hedera, HBAR, and operating on that blockchain, you can kind of intermix the two, which would allow you to continue to do business on XDC or Algorand, or the Alliance block, and add to your business and expand it without too much interruption in your business, and be able to use cross systems, which makes cryptocurrency in the ISO system a lot more, one, user friendly, and two, convenient for people who want to use that. So this is a mandate. It's something that needs to be done. It's something that the government is actually looking and has some dates put together to get done. This will change the banking industry as well. As we start to move money, the SWIFT system itself is outdated. It's slow. It's outdated. Anybody who like has tried to send money through a bank um, to another country can attest to the fact that it's slow. It takes days to get there, when we have these systems built already where it could be there in in minutes, if not seconds, right? So this is one of the reasons why we're going to this new system, and banking will be part of this system. As you see, J.P. Morgan sitting up there right now, and there will be a lot of other banks that are sitting there. Um, and I can tell you, Bank of America is with Ripple, and they're just waiting to roll that out. So there's banks that are jumping on this, and they have to jump on this because it's a way to move money, and the SWIFT system is outdated. It's obsolete, and that's what happens with technology. Sometimes it becomes obsolete, and you need to upgrade, and that's kind of where the SWIFT system sits today. So, this is my quick 100,000-foot overview of the ISO 2022s, and how they kind of all intermingle with each other, with Quant sitting in the middle of that, being the informational type of hub that brings everything together and makes it all run and makes it all work, and helps utilize the cross chain, as I like to call them, connecting the chains together, the blockchains together, and allows for everybody to kind of, be able to work together in a collaborative manner. So this is like I said, 1,000-foot overview. We will go into a lot more detail about each one of these blockchains and how they operate moving forward on this channel. Because I'm a big ISO 2022 guy. I like it, and I'm invested in a lot of these tokens because I believe in them, and I believe that these will be how we move information, and how we move money, and how we verify identification in the long run. And I want to be in now. So with that, here's your ISO tokens, and here's kind of how they all interact. But what I will tell you is, here's another one in the Alliance block that is quickly gaining ground into this particular field, with what they can actually implement over here too. So I would highly suggest that you guys go check out the Alliance Block website, do your own research on them, and you can see very clearly how they fit into this mix, and how they can better this system. And each one of these blockchains, they do something very specialized that helps better the system, and that's what we want. So um, as you will see additional blockchains come into the system as well. Don't be surprised if you see something like a Polygon Matic come in here, or Cardano, or something like that. So as this system moves forward, there's going to be additions too, guys. But right now, this is a pretty good map of how everything intertwines and how it all works. And we'll be looking at this map moving forward a little bit more. We'll be breaking it down a little bit as we go into each one of these blockchains, and kind of how they interact with each other in future videos. But this is a 1,000-foot overview of what I see, and kind of how I feel about the ISOs, and how I think that they fit into the future of our everyday lives, and how they're going to basically change our everyday lives, and how we do business, and the quickness and the efficiency of which we do business with. So with that, guys, you guys and ladies, you guys have a great day. Like the channel, subscribe to the channel, share this video out. We will start to dig a little bit deeper into the ISOs. We'll start to maybe dig into them a little bit deeper with myself, maybe dig into them a little bit deeper with other people that we bring on. But we will be talking about a lot of ISOs. So if you like the ISO 2022 tokens, like and subscribe to the channel, because we're going to start bringing you some content around these tokens. And with that, guys, have a great night, and appreciate your time. And like I said, like and subscribe and share this out. And I will catch you guys on the next one.